Good evening, hockey fanatics, and welcome back to the only channel that cuts through the noise to bring you the real story from a rink. Have you ever felt that gut-wrenching frustration of seeing a young talent, brimming with potential, constantly battling for a consistent spot, only to shine brightly the moment he's given a real chance? Or perhaps the cynical exasperation of watching a team seemingly undervalue its own assets, always looking for greener pastures when the solution might be right under their nose? Tonight, we're dissecting a classic NHL conundrum, a saga playing out in the heart of the hockey universe, Toronto, where a promising forward is caught between the coach's praise and the GM's trade calls. Is this a redemption story in the making, or just another chapter in the relentless business of professional hockey? Let's drop the puck on this one. The Toronto Maple Leafs, a team perpetually under the microscope, are once again facing some intriguing roster decisions, particularly as they navigate injuries and the quest for optimal lineup balance. With Scott Laughton's anticipated return from injury looming, the pressure is mounting. Someone has to make way, whether it's a demotion to the minors or, more dramatically, a trade. Names like Easton Cowan have been floated for a potential AHL stint. But the name that has truly dominated the rumor mill, the one that keeps popping up in trade discussions, is none other than Nick Robertson. Now, Robertson's journey in the NHL has been anything but smooth. Plagued by injuries and struggling to cement himself as an everyday player, his talent has always been undeniable, but his consistency in the lineup has been elusive. Yet, in a recent turn of events, after being reinserted into the lineup this past Saturday, Robertson didn't just play, he performed. And his performance elicited a remarkably positive outlook from none other than Maple Leafs head coach Craig Berube. Berube, known for his no-nonsense approach, didn't mince words, stating, "Willie was out, so I put Robbie up there. He did a good job. He added energy to that line with his speed. And he ended up scoring a big goal for us, which is great. He did a good job coming in." That's high praise from a coach who demands accountability and effort. Robertson, seizing the opportunity in the top six, not only showcased his blistering speed, but also found the back of the net, proving that when given the chance, he can indeed produce. This isn't just a fleeting moment. It's a powerful statement from a player desperate to prove his worth, a statement that could, and perhaps should, resonate deeply within the Leafs organization as they weigh their options. Despite this recent surge of positive momentum and a clear endorsement from the coaching staff, the shadow of trade rumors continues to loom large over Nick Robertson. It's a cruel irony, isn't it? Just as a player starts to find his stride, the whispers of his departure grow louder. Robertson, who inked a one-year, $1.825 million extension with the Maple Leafs this offseason, has found himself in a familiar yet frustrating position, a healthy scratch at times, struggling to carve out that consistent role. This inconsistency, unfortunately, has made him a perennial fixture in trade speculation. According to TSN NHL insider Darren Dreger, the Maple Leaf general manager, Brad Treliving, has indeed been actively engaging with other clubs regarding Robertson's availability. Dreger, a highly respected voice in the hockey world, revealed on Insider Trading that the 24-year-old finds himself one more time in a very familiar spot with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and he's hoping for a larger role, opportunity in the National Hockey League. He's pushing 160 NHL games. I know that Toronto Maple Leafs GM Brad Treliving has recently talked with clubs that may have some interest in Nick Robertson. Given the depth that the Maple Leafs have, it's a tough spot for Robertson. So maybe it's time to give him a fresh start somewhere else. This isn't just idle chatter. This is a clear indication that the Maple Leafs front office has been exploring options. In fact, reports even surfaced that Toronto attempted to move Robertson to the Columbus Blue Jackets in exchange for Chinakhov, a deal that ultimately fell through. With only one goal and one assist in 8 games this season, the raw numbers might not jump off the page, but the underlying potential, the flashes of brilliance, are what make the situation so compelling and, for Robertson, so precarious. The team's depth, while its strength, has undeniably created a bottleneck for a player like Robertson, who desperately needs consistent ice time to truly develop and flourish. But not everyone believes that moving Nick Robertson is the right play for the Toronto Maple Leafs. In fact, Some prominent voices in the hockey analysis community are vehemently arguing against it, urging the Leafs to hold onto their young forward. One such voice is NHL analyst Nick Robertson, who, on Real Kuiper and Bourne, deliver a passionate and compelling argument for keeping Robertson in blue and white. Robertson's stance is clear. The potential return for Robertson, likely a mid-round draft pick, simply isn't worth the loss of a valuable asset. Robertson challenged the notion of trading Robertson, asking, "What are you trading him for? The fourth rounder does what for me? There is no reason right now that you should just give Nick Robertson away." He emphasized the critical importance of depth, especially for a team with Stanley Cup aspirations. "You're giving up depth for a fourth-round pick, which is useless to me. I'll tell you what he does. He makes my team faster. My team gets slower when he leaves for a fourth-round pick. He's still young, he's energetic, he's fast, and he can still shoot a puck. But I really want a fourth-round pick. You're not getting anything back for him. I'm not giving up depth. I'm sorry." Robertson's argument highlights a crucial point. In today's NHL, speed and skill are paramount, and Robertson possesses both in spades. To trade away a player with his offensive upside, his youthful energy, and his ability to inject pace into the lineup for what amounts to a lottery ticket in the draft seems counterintuitive to building a championship-caliber roster, especially when, as we just saw, he can step up and deliver in a top-six role when called upon, as he did when Nylander was sidelined. This isn't just about a single player. It's about the philosophy of roster construction and the perceived value of internal assets versus speculative future gains. So, where does this leave Nick Robertson and the Toronto Maple Leafs? It's a classic hockey dilemma, isn't it? On one hand, you have a coach publicly praising a player who stepped up in a crucial moment, demonstrating his ability to contribute in a top-six role. On the other, you have a general manager actively exploring trade options, seemingly ready to move on from a player who has struggled for consistency. The tension between these two realities is palpable. The question isn't just whether Robertson can play in the NHL. It's whether he can play consistently in the Maple Leafs lineup, given their depth and their win-now mentality. His recent performance, however, has certainly complicated Treliving's calculus. Does Berube's endorsement, coupled with Robertson's passionate plea, shift the needle? Does it make the front office reconsider giving up on a player who, at 24, still has significant room to grow and contribute? Or will the perceived need for a different asset, or simply the desire to give Robertson a fresh start, ultimately prevail? The Maple Leafs are at a crossroads with Robertson. They could either embrace his recent resurgence and commit to finding him a permanent role, leveraging his speed and skill to bolster their attack, or they could continue down the path of exploring trade options, potentially sacrificing immediate depth and future upside for a different piece of the puzzle. The decision will undoubtedly be a fascinating one to watch, and it will speak volumes about the organization's priorities and their vision for the team's immediate future. The saga of Nick Robertson is far from over, and its resolution could have significant implications for the Toronto Maple Leafs as they push towards the playoffs. What's your take on this unfolding situation? Should the Maple Leafs hold on to Nick Robertson and give him a consistent shot, or is it time for him to find a new home? Let us know your thoughts and predictions in the comments section below. We love hearing from you. And if you enjoyed this in-depth look at the Leafs roster decisions, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel for more exclusive insights and tap the notification bell so you're always in the loop. Your support helps us bring you the stories that matter most in the world of hockey. Until next time, keep your sticks on the ice, and we'll see you soon.